this isn't the country I grew up in. And yeah, like I wasn't really aware that much, when I was younger, but it just things don't feel the same anymore. And it almost feels like we have a target on our backs now. And like some people joke, they're like, is America gonna come save you guys? And it's like, you know, the thing is though, sometimes I wonder, okay, if we all pack our bags and go to the US, the problem is still gonna stay there. So we have to, I guess, like fight back or like do what we can, because then we're gonna see just people just moving to the US, claiming political prisoner or whatever, like in the near future, if things keep progressing like this. Like it's just this was like a beautiful country and it still is, but it's crazy that this is happening. Even Australia, I think too, similar things are
Hmm.
happening there.
Is
Yeah.
there, because you've got obviously Trudeau in power now, who's the alternative? Who is there someone else he's competing with?
Well, we have actually, so it like the opposition, so I guess it would be, there's a lot of mention of this guy. I don't know how to say his last name, Pierre Polivre or something. He's like this French person guy, and he I think he's like runs the conservatives, or he has something to do with it. So actually the elections are next year, like 2024, and I'm sure he's gonna get out. So he might be doing all he can now to do whatever he's trying to do, because for sure they're gonna vote him out for sure. And some people don't even believe that Pierre is in the, like, some people think he's like controlled opposition too. Like they don't think he's um really in there for the people. And I don't know who to trust anymore, really. But he's, I guess, the opposite, like the opposition, I guess. Yeah. So for 2024, we have to vote. And I think in the US too, I'm not too sure. And hopefully, well, everybody wants Trudeau out now. Even people who are not really awake, like they're tired of it, to be honest. Yeah.
The majority of people in Canada don't like Trudeau.
I think a lot of, I don't have the exact number, but more than 50%, even if they're not awake, they might just not want him around because of like how expensive things are or like what he said about this and that. But a lot of people do not like him like people think. But people around the world like him because, our country does a lot to help people worldwide and stuff. But in Canada, it's like it's just funny to me. It's like Canada's doing a lot for everybody else. So they're not, because Canada is doing a lot for other countries, people that are living in other countries, they're not really seeing what's happening here because they're like, oh, Canada's amazing, the US is amazing, they're giving money, aid, this and that. But if they really look at what's happening here, they're treating us like not the best, really, with this stuff. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like ignoring their own citizens or like treating their own citizens like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so from what me and Aaron have sort of discovered on our journey with this channel is it all seems to be stemming back to the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab, and he mentioned, well, with Trudeau being a member of the World Economic Forum, I think he mentioned that his name and then said we are having the country's cabinets or what they're
So
going
infiltrating,
cabinets
yeah, cabinets, countries' cabinets with Justin
infiltrating.
Trudeau
Yeah, he used
infiltrating. He used the word
yeah.
infiltrate.
So it just like that's why I think whatever's happening in Canada now, I find it hard as an outsider. I find it hard not to envision a future of Canada as being China if Trudeau stays in power.
No, I absolutely believe there's actually, no, there's a lot of involvement with them. Like in the US too. Like I don't know about like that whole balloon thing that happened, but that went over ours and it went over ours and no one did anything. But there is a lot of involvement because also there's actually apparently Chinese police stations here that they set up like to monitor their citizens, because we have a lot of immigrants from China and like India as well, but like a lot of immigrants from China too. So I guess maybe that they claim that's why they're doing it, to monitor them. But no, there's, yeah, with America there's like a connection, but to Canada especially, and people make a joke like it'll be China soon, but no, definitely I wouldn't be surprised, and I see it definitely heading in this direction.
I've heard the same in the UK that we have Chinese police stations in the UK as well. Illegal
I think
Chinese
they're
police
in a
stations.
lot of countries, but I feel like the reason why, if people might say like to me, like, Alessia, why do you feel more uh like I don't want to say worried, but like, why do you feel like this in Canada when this is happening everywhere? The reason why is because we have a smaller population that's willing to do something about this. Um, they took away like our like right to bear arms, which I know is like this in a lot of countries, freedom of speech, but also because of this. I feel like if we were like America, because I feel like in America, they're more like united about this. They're willing to fight back. They have their weapons. There's more here. It feels like maybe like 2% of Canada is willing to do something about this. And it's true. Or maybe not. Maybe it seems like it because everybody's hiding, but maybe soon everybody will come out into the surface and really do something. But I don't know. I feel very, I mean, I don't want to give them that satisfaction of feeling like, oh, see, now she's worried, she's afraid, because ultimately the goal is fear to like control people. But I just don't feel protected in Canada in terms of my rights, my freedom. Like, I feel like if I was in the States, maybe it would be more people willing to fight for me or fight for this. But at the same time, I also do want this country to fix that, to to get fixed. I don't want to just escape and try to go to the US because it's not even possible really. Like unless I would marry someone from the US, but I'm not doing that like to try to, you know, be able to move there. But to be honest, if my mom were to be like, pack up your bags, we're going to the US, I'd be like, yeah, let's go. Like I don't have anything to lose anymore here type of thing. Cause I don't know, just Canada doesn't feel like my home anymore. I don't know why. It's